If you fly drones long enough, you are going to meet a very special type of human. I'm talking about drone Karens. People who are personally offended that the sky exists above their houses. Today, we're breaking down the top 10 kinds of drone Karens, what they say, what they think the law is, and how to handle them without losing your drone, your footage, or your sanity. And stick around till the end, because I'll give you my 3 rules of engagement for when a Karen marches across the lawn like you just landed a UFO. First up, we have the I own this airspace Karen. This is one who walks out, points straight up, and says, "You can't fly over my property. I own that air." Ma'am, you do not own controlled airspace. This isn't Minecraft with a build limit. But they're convinced that their property line goes from the grass to the stratosphere. So I guess Elon is also in trouble. Now, how should you handle that? First of all, stay calm. You're not going to win an argument with somebody who gets their air law advice from Facebook memes. You can say something like, "Hey, I totally get your concern. I'm just getting some general shots of the area, not focusing on your home at all. If you're flying legally, in line with your local regulations, not getting close to their house, you're probably on solid footing." But de-escalation is usually the best route. Now we have HOA enforcer Karen. This one doesn't actually know the HOA rules, but she will quote them loudly and incorrectly and probably repeatedly. "Drones are banned in this community." Cool. Show me the rule. On paper, in writing. 9 times out of 10, she's just improvising. Side note for silly community rules, I once got pulled over in Bend, Oregon for rollerblading. And the cop made me take off my rollerblades and walk back to the rental house. So there are crazy community rules out there, but most likely you're not actually subject to them if somebody just comes roaring out of their house and says so. So as far as how to handle it, again, just starting with a simple question. Is there a written rule? I'd love to follow it. And if she can't provide anything besides, "Well, everyone knows," well, that's just code for she probably just made it up because it annoys her. You can always choose to move spots to avoid drama, but understand that "I don't like that" is not the same as "that's illegal." I mean, we're not talking about rollerblading here. Next, we have think of the children Karen. And this one I have a little empathy for it. This one is just looking out for the good of everyone and may not understand what it is you're doing. She may see your DJI Mini and assume you're running a surveillance operation on every playground within a 10-mile radius. So if you hear the question, "Why are you filming the kids?" even if you're 200 feet up getting an establishing shot of the neighborhood, don't get defensive. Try, "I'm just filming general landscaping, real estate, or roof inspections. Your kids are not the subject." If it feels safe and appropriate, you can even offer to show what it is you are shooting, saying, "See, no faces." The goal is to move her mental image from creepy guy filming kids to a really cool guy who's doing amazing aerial shots. Next, we have the "I'm calling the cops" Mike, because Karens can also be Mikes, or Mikes can also be Karens. You know where I'm going with that. It's not always the ladies. This one skips right over the conversation and goes straight to "I'm calling the police." Honestly, sometimes that's fine. If you're flying legally, you've done your homework, and you're not doing anything menacing or illegal, the cops are not going to care as much as Mike hopes they do. So how to handle it? Don't panic. You are a duck. Let that water slide right off your back. Don't chase him. Let him call. Keep flying safely, or if things feel sketchy, land. Play it that one by ear. If officers do show up, be respectful and be prepared. Show your registration if it's required, your Part 107 license, and any permissions you have for that location. You want to be the calm, organized adult. Let Mike be the one freaking out about air trespassing or whatever. His problem does not need to be your problem. Next is privacy patrol Karen. She's absolutely convinced that your wide establishing shot at 150 feet is somehow zooming right through her curtain and into her soul. You're invading my privacy. To be fair, privacy is a real concern and drones can freak people out. I get it. So how to handle it? Start by validating. "Hey, I get it. I wouldn't want anyone filming through my windows." Then calmly explain that's not what you're doing. You can just say, "I'm shooting wide shots, roof lines, construction progress, not zooming in on anyone's personal space or windows." If you are uncomfortably close, that's your cue to back off and reframe your shot. Just because something might technically be allowed doesn't mean it's always a good idea. Being considerate is always still the best long-term permission strategy. Now, let's talk about conspiracy Karen. She believes your drone is 5G, the government, the Illuminati, and or Elvis. That thing is spying on us for the government. No, ma'am, I am literally just trying to shoot this roof so I can go home and have lunch. How to handle it? Well, you're not going to deprogram your belief system with one conversation. Keep it simple. I'm just a contractor or a hobbyist getting some basic footage. I'm not tracking you. I promise I'm not that important. Don't mock her. That can get ugly fast. Your goal is to leave the interaction with your drone intact. Next up, noise complaint Karen. Your little drone sounds like a swarm of bees. To her, it's like a full-blown helicopter landing on a roof. That thing is so loud, you're disturbing the peace. As far as how to handle it, this is where being considerate does actually really matter. Avoid hovering in one spot for too long. Don't fly super early or super late in quiet neighborhoods if you can help it. I know those twilight shots can be really cool. If she complains, you can say, totally understand, I'll just be a few more minutes and then I'll be out of here. Sometimes people just want to know there's an end time in sight. 2 more minutes is way less threatening than until my battery dies. Or batteries. Now we meet the property line laser pointer Karen. She knows exactly where her property line ends and your evil drone empire begins, and she will gesture sharply to demonstrate. You can't fly over this line. This one is a cousin of I own the Airspace Karen, but with more aggressive pointing and sometimes a tape measure. How to handle it? Again, don't argue case law in a driveway. If it's possible to adjust your line slightly without ruining the job, do it. No problem, I can shift this angle a bit. If it's a commercial job and you need the shot, that's where you rely on pre-planning, clear scope with your client, and knowing the local rules. But the argument, I drew an imaginary force field in the sky, does not suddenly make an area private. Now this next one is, my dog can catch that Karen. She thinks it's hilarious that her dog is sprinting around trying to eat your drone like it's a chew toy. He just loves chasing those things. Yeah, and your props love faces and eyeballs, so maybe don't do that. How to handle it? Land or move ASAP. Drones and dogs do not mix. Kindly say, I really don't want your dog hurt. Those props can really cut if they hit him. Most people calm down if you can frame it as, I don't want your animal hurt, versus your dog is ruining my shot. Side note, drone versus dog videos go viral, but not in a good way. Avoid that storyline. Finally, my personal favorite, secretly wants a drone hike his back. He marches out annoyed, ready to complain, but then starts asking 47 questions. How far does it go? Is it expensive? Can it see my house from space? You can see his entire personality change from annoyed to low-key obsessed. How to handle it? This is your chance to turn a hater into a fan. Walk him through it briefly. It's actually pretty beginner-friendly. I use it mostly for real estate or construction or whatever it is that you do. Sometimes that interaction can turn into a referral, a new client, or at least someone who's not calling the cops next time you fly. Never underestimate the power of, do you want to see what it looks like from up there? Sharing is caring. All right, let's wrap this up with my 3 rules of engagement for dealing with drone Karens. Rule number 1 is don't escalate. You cannot win a screaming match in a cul-de-sac. Be the calm one. If someone had to review this footage later, a cop, a judge, a neighbor, a future client, they should be able to say the pilot was being the reasonable one. Rule number 2, know the rules before you fly. Understand the local regulations. Check your airspace. Know where you can and cannot fly. You're a lot more confident when you actually know you're in the right. Rule number 3 is think long-term reputation, not short-term ego. You are out here to build a skill, a portfolio, maybe a business. Not to win in an argument with somebody who thinks FAA stands for Family Authority Arguing. Not to win an argument with somebody who thinks the FAA stands for Family Airspace Argument. De-escalate, move on, get the shot, and live to fly another day. If you've ever met one of these drone Karens or Mikes, or if you are one and you somehow made it this far, drop your interaction in the comments. Let us learn from you. And if you want more real-world drone content, how to actually turn this chaos into paid work, and how to not get banned from every neighborhood in your city, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're looking for a quick start way to grow your own drone business, check out the drone launch box link below, and I'll see you in the next flight.